Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad says investigators have an almost perfect case against the principal suspects in the 1MDB fiasco, including financier Loh Teck Jo. In an interview with Reuters, Mahathir said he expects Malaysia to make its first arrest within months and hopefully start a trial by the end of the year. He also described former Prime Minister Dato Sri Najib Razak as playing a central role. He said none of 1MDB's dealings could have been done without Najib's signature, and his signature is on all the deals entered into by the state fund. Among the charges the authorities are looking at are embezzlement and bribery. Mahathir also told Reuters that lots of money had gone to Najib's wife, Datin Sri Rosmah Mansor. However, finding the paper trail is a bit more difficult in her case as she doesn't sign any papers. Finance Minister Lim Guan Eng says Malaysians have the right to know the true state of the nation's finances. This was in response to PKR de facto leader Dato Sri Anwar Ibrahim's suggestion that Lim should leave making exposés to others and focus on pacifying investors. Lim shot back, saying that the revelations of 1MDB and other scandals were actually done on the instruction of the Prime Minister, something that Anwar was already aware of. He adds that he is not the Prime Minister and therefore does not have the authority to instruct other ministers to reveal scandals that fall within the MOF's ambit. Lim says the people no longer want a government that keeps secrets from them. This is why his ministry will continue to expose all financial scandals within the 100-day period, as per Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad's instructions. The Institutional Reform Committee has submitted 7 recommendations for immediate institutional reform to the Council of Eminent Persons. Committee member Ambiga Srinivasan did not reveal the nature of all the proposed reforms, but she did say that they are meant to prevent another scandal like 1MDB. The committee isn't tasked with probing the 1MDB fiasco. However, its role is to ensure institutional reforms are made so that ultimately there is zero tolerance to corruption. Ambiga says the IRC is also mulling either to establish an independent police commission or revamp the Enforcement Agency Integrity Commission, which does not have the powers to prosecute. The committee has set a July 15th deadline to submit the final leg of its interim report. Its findings and recommendations will then be presented to Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad. AirAsia has refuted all allegations made by India Police against the airline, its group CEO Tan Sri Tony Fernandes and Deputy CEO Bo Lingam. The Indian Central Bureau of Investigation had registered a first information report over allegations that the carrier paid bribes to influence local aviation policies, among others. The FIR was reportedly filed based on information from an unnamed reliable source. AirAsia says the charges are baseless, unsupported and unjustified. While promising to cooperate with the Indian authorities, it vows to vigorously challenge these allegations. Top Glove had a bumper third quarter FY18 with net profit climbing 51.4% to 117.57 million ringgit thanks to an increase in glove demand. It reported a 26.6% hike in revenue to 1.1 billion ringgit, which is the first time the company's income surpassed the 1 billion ringgit mark in a single quarter. Sales volume jumped by a record high of 37%, with demand growth registered in Asia, Eastern Europe, the Middle East and Latin America. The stronger demand also led to better cost efficiencies, resulting from a higher utilization rate. Top Glove declared a first interim dividend of 7 cents per share. It plans to continue to expand its manufacturing capabilities organically through M&As and joint ventures.